Their fate hangs on the thumb of our final judge. Thumbs up! Average Joes can play!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most memorable and/or iconic cameos in film history. This list focuses on brief, comedic roles rather than extensive supporting parts. As is often the case with cameos, these contain spoilers.
Am I to understand that you lot will not be keeping to the code then?
Number 50, Stephen King, Creepshow.
Holy old Jesus!
This icon is best known for his stories, but Creepshow lets him explore the horror genre as a performer. The anthology film includes a story based on King's short Weeds, with a section devoted to the character Jordy Verrill. The author plays Verrill as an unfortunate man who got too curious.
I wonder how much they'd pay for it up to college.
After touching a meteorite, his farmer starts to experience negative side effects. It feels like a chance for the writer to finally experience a scary story for himself. With this gruesome tale, he also shows that he could have been an actor in another life.
Oh, you done it now, Jordy Verrill? You monkhead!
Number 49, Brett Favre, There's Something About Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Brett?
What the hell is Brett Favre doing here?
True to the title, Cameron Diaz's character has something that people can't resist. One of her ex-boyfriends happens to be Brett Favre. The athlete shows up near the end, proving to be one of Mary's more wholesome suitors. It's a complete surprise to see an NFL quarterback arrive at the last minute.
That's right, Mary. You know I'll always be true to you.
Oh, shit. This isn't fair.
His appearance alone makes for a funny twist, proving that even famous people know about the woman. Favre also plays himself during one of his early heydays. The Farrelly brothers know how to utilize a topical cameo and make it somewhat believable.
Hey, good luck, Brett. Yeah, thank you. She's a great gal. Take care of her.
Number 48, Buster Keaton, Sunset Boulevard.
The others around the table would be actor friends, dim figures you may still remember from the silent days.
This film is a mystery, a dark comedy, and a takedown of classic Hollywood. Gloria Swanson's character, Norma Desmond, struggles to come to grips with her fading stardom. She also has acting friends over to play cards, setting the stage for this hard-hitting scene. This game includes a man who looks like Buster Keaton. Willing to poke fun at his own image, the screen comedian appears to be one of the waxworks. He's not technically playing himself, but Keaton does appear as another aging performer. It's a small cameo that provides more authenticity to this legendary production.
3-no trump. Pass.
Pass.
Number 47, Lemmy Kilmister, Airheads.
I understand if you don't love me anymore.
I play D&D too!
This film is all about what happens when a band holds a radio station hostage. Brendan Fraser's character Chester later reveals that he wasn't always a rocker, inspiring others to reveal their secrets. One of the people in the crowd is played by Lemmy Kilmister. It's even funnier to see him after the movie itself references the singer.
Win in a wrestling match, Lemmy or God?
Lemmy. God.
Wrong, dickhead. Trick question. Lemmy is God.
The frontman claims that he was a magazine editor back in school. Not only does this comedy pay tribute to rock history, it includes people who were integral to the genre. Airheads gets a metal icon to make fun of himself, showing that even a Motorhead has a soft side.
I was editor of the school magazine!
Number 46, Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I recall one night in a place called the Matrix. There I was.
Johnny Depp does such a convincing job in this film that you almost believe you're watching Hunter S. Thompson. This makes it all the more bizarre when the real man shows up. In this flashback scene, the main hero spots a familiar face at a party. The movie doesn't dwell on this appearance either. The writer doesn't look all that out of place, playing into the story's blend of real and absurd imagery. You might find yourself rewinding to watch for a second time. Terry Gilliam's surreal adaptation of the book doesn't disappoint with these kinds of meta moments.
There I was. Mother of God. There I am.
Number 45, Keith Richards, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End.
There has not been a king since the first court, and that's not likely to change.
Not likely.
Since Jack Sparrow is halfway to a rock star, it's only fitting that a real one appears in this sequel. Keith Richards shows up to play the enigmatic Captain Teague. This character plays guitar, but more importantly, he's Sparrow's father. It's both a high-profile cameo and fitting for this kind of pirates film. The guitarist becomes a convincing cast member, wearing his period costume well. Richards doesn't have to do much either, bringing a cool energy to his screen time. You might also be pinching yourself when you realize that a Rolling Stone is in this movie.
Code is the law.
Number 44, Paul Rudd, Ugly Sonic, Darkwing Duck, etc. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rescue Rangers!
You might love the main characters, but it's hard not to salute the countless cameos. Some of these are live action, while others are animated guests. These appearances come pouring in when Chip and Dale end up at a fan convention. It's hard to believe how many legends from film, television, and video games show up. The infamous Ugly Sonic arrives to take a stand, giving fans another reason to laugh.
And they'll like me for who I am, not like last time when the internet got one look at my human teeth and burned the place down. Okay, let's see.
Even Paul Rudd pokes fun at his Ant-Man role in a moment for MCU stans.
You know, originally it was called Aunt-Man, A-U-N-T, and my superpower was being really charming to aunts.
During the credits, Darkwing Duck makes a last-minute plea to be the best part of this cast.
Boo hiss! We want Darkwing! We want Darkwing!
We'd go on, but that would require another top 50 list. Number 43, Brad Pitt, The Lost City.
From the dusty mesa, her looming shadow grows.
When things go wrong in this adventure, tough guy Jack Trainer is on the case. Brad Pitt plays this expert agent. While he might be the hero in other movies, he has a short amount of screen time here. It goes one step further when his mission doesn't go as planned.
What is happening? Okay. What do we do?
Pitt's character ends up with a serious injury, taking him out of the action. It's a reversal not unlike the actor's cameo in Deadpool 2. Rather than making him a major character, the plot shelves Trainer for everyday heroes played by Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. The credit sequence then brings him back for one more joke to please audiences.
Yeah, we only use 10% of our brains, so I just switched to another 10%.
So you're okay.
100%.
Number 42, Quentin Tarantino, Desperado.
This reminds me of a joke.
While he doesn't act as much anymore, director Quentin Tarantino did appear in several projects in the 1990s. This particular role brings some levity to Desperado. In the Robert Rodriguez film, he plays a bar patron who loves to tell jokes. His lengthy story gets a laugh before all hell breaks loose.
This guy comes into a bar, walks up to the bartender. He says, "Bartender, I got me a bet for you."
Tarantino knows how to sell the dialogue, playing into his wacky role of a fast-talking customer. A gunfight breaks out that leads to his character's untimely death. Rodriguez's wild movie keeps you guessing, with this cameo lending even more energy to this sequence.
Look, I swear, I have no idea what the hell's going on here!
Number 41, Huey Lewis, Back to the Future.
All right. We're the pinheads.
Performing the theme song for the movie, Huey Lewis and the News are an integral part of Back to the Future. The first film also gives the lead singer a chance to act. During the audition scene, Marty McFly and his band play in front of some unimpressed adults. One of them is played by Huey Lewis, making this moment even more ironic. Lewis's character has to tell McFly that rock music is too loud. The funny Easter egg only adds to this great scene, with a nod to the vocalist's own sound. It just goes to show that everyone's a critic.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. Next, please.
Number 40, Frank Sinatra, Around the World in 80 Days.
How many times did I have to tell you to stay out of here, you donkey? Come on. Louder, son.
In this Best Picture winner from 1956, a slew of celebrities make cameo appearances. David Niven's Phileas Fogg and his valet Passepartout find themselves in a saloon. With characters played by Marlene Dietrich and George Raft, this scene also features a mysterious pianist. You only see his back in a clever setup to the final reveal. When he eventually turns around, Frank Sinatra provides another surprise in this entertaining scene. It's yet another reason to revisit this adaptation of the Jules Verne tale. Sinatra doesn't oversell his part either, providing a nice boost to this epic. Number 39. Angela Lansbury, Stephen Sondheim, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Natasha Lyonne. Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
We're code names.
No. Look, I appreciate what y'all trying to do for me here.
We're worried about you, buddy. Lockdown hasn't been easy for any of us.
For this sequel, Benoit Blanc tests his skills in a round of Among Us. He also plays with some famous friends. This unlikely ensemble proves to be a talented bunch, outsmarting Blanc in this popular game. Actress Angela Lansbury is one opponent, along with Stephen Sondheim and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Can I ask, have you tried crosswords?
No, Natasha. I don't need puzzles or games. The last thing I need is a vacation.
You also get to see an appearance from Poker Face star Natasha Lyonne. Director Rian Johnson brings the laughs while making the audience reel from the star power. It's fun to imagine the detective spending his free time this way. Even if the cameos don't make you laugh, they're a fitting salute to these artists. Number 38. Robert Patrick, Last Action Hero. If you remember the second Terminator, you definitely know Robert Patrick's face. His role as the T-1000 is so iconic that it's appeared in other films like Last Action Hero. The meta-action movie features 2 cameos, but you have to be watching closely to catch them both. Patrick walks by the lead characters after an appearance from Sharon Stone. It's amazing that they got him to do it, considering that it's so fast. Even in his brief screen time, the actor manages to look cool. He doesn't even need to say anything to make an impact.
Jack! Did you see that?
Number 37. Val Kilmer, Top Gun Maverick.
Please, don't worry about me. What can I do for you?
Part of this sequel is about dealing with the past. It's only fitting that Val Kilmer came back to reprise his role as Iceman. In real life, the actor had been living with various health problems. The filmmakers worked this into the story in a moving moment between performers. Maverick looks for advice, but he also finds a cathartic conversation with his former rival. Kilmer wears the emotion on his face and plays especially well off of Tom Cruise. While Top Gun Maverick features aerial action, it also lets a well-placed cameo ground the story.
The Navy needs Maverick. The kid needs Maverick. That's why I fought for you. That's why you're still here.
Number 36. David Lynch, The Fabelmans.
They tell me you want to be a picture maker.
Yes, sir, I do.
Why?
Before ending his semi-autobiographical film, Steven Spielberg sends his hero to meet a legend. The lead character meets and learns a lesson from director John Ford. Played by the late great David Lynch, this older filmmaker doesn't like to mince words.
No. Where's the horizon?
The horizon?
The performer wears an eye patch and smokes a cigar, adding plenty of details to this scene. His character is hilarious, blunt, and filled with cinematic wisdom. Ford becomes a perfect role for Lynch, with the former teaching his guest about the rules of art. His final wrap-up might be the funniest of the entire movie. It's another case of an off-the-wall casting selling the part.
Good luck to you. And get the f out of my office.
Number 35, Mark Hamill, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
What the f?
He might be a Star Wars icon, but Mark Hamill likes to make fun of himself. His appearance in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is one key example. The entrance alone should be considered classic, but there's also his superhero costume. Hamill throws himself into the role without caring about how he looks. Playing up the comedic script, the actor shows that he's much more than Luke Skywalker.
You and your sidekick are finally in the grasp of Cocksucker.
Director Kevin Smith finds a way to both honor a cinematic hero and parody the star's persona. If you need a reminder of the man's versatility, you should watch this comedy again. The film also gives you a chance to watch Ben and Matt spoof Good Will Hunting.
Now how do you like them apples?
I don't like the sound of them apples. Well, what are we gonna do?
Jackie,
Yeah?
it's hunting season.
Number 34, Danny Glover, Maverick.
What about the
Bank robbery?
Robert, I told you
Yeah, but hold up. You heard the man. Bank robbery. Swing off those bars over there.
After the release of Lethal Weapon, the movie Maverick decided to have some fun with audiences. Mel Gibson stars in the latter western that welcomes this star cameo. Danny Glover appears as a robber, wearing his charisma under a bandana. At one point, the two characters do a double take.
Hey! Hey! I'm sorry. Give me that.
Both performers mostly play it straight, but the viewers will enjoy seeing them together again. It's ultimately an entertaining way to wink at the buddy cop series. Even if you don't remember this 1994 film, you should check it out for this exciting little detour. Number 33, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
You're Peter.
Yeah, Peter Parker. I've seen you two. Hi.
They tried to hide these two, but we all knew they were up to something. Spider-Man: No Way Home would not be complete without these two performers bringing their A game. These cameos from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were still impactful. When portals open, other versions of Spider-Man assemble.
Look, I think that I can repair the devices for Dylan and Marco, but the others...
Well, I got Connors. I've already cured him once, so no big deal.
Maguire and Garfield reprise their role as the web slinger, bringing their own personalities to an action-packed film. They show off their chemistry in a fantastic finale. With some emotional moments, they also play important roles in the overall story.
My Uncle Ben was killed. It was my fault.
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ.
Number 32, Blade and Elektra, Deadpool and Wolverine. If you've seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you know that it's not exactly subtle about anything.
I like it here.
This movie doesn't do anything small, with cameos galore throughout the sequel. These include Jennifer Garner and Wesley Snipes playing some familiar heroes. Building upon past experience, both performers bring in their own gravitas to this wacky adventure. It's amazing to see them back as Elektra and Blade. Playing against Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, these actors prove themselves alongside other greats. They even stand out amongst shocking appearances like Channing Tatum as Gambit. All of them end up being awesome counterparts to the title roles.
How did you all get stuck in the void?
There was a knock at the door. TVA sent me here.
Me too.
Well, maybe I was born here. It's hard to know for sure.
Number 31, Chuck Norris, Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
The committee members have the final say, and it looks like they've come to a decision.
To many people, Chuck Norris still represents one of the most macho actors ever. His appearance in Dodgeball comes at the 11th hour. The performer gives a deciding vote in favor of Average Joe's Jim. Norris delivers a memorable thumbs up, helping the heroes to conquer the villains. It's a strange cameo that comes after the likes of David Hasselhoff, William Shatner, and even Lance Armstrong. The missing in action star even gets a funny exchange with Vince Vaughn, making this another high point of the movie. In a comedy full of fun moments, the filmmakers find new ways to excite the viewers.
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Peter.
Number 30, Matt Damon, Eurotrip. The start of this movie follows recent high school graduate Scotty Thomas as he discovers the reason his girlfriend broke up with him. It just so happens that her new boyfriend is played by Matt Damon.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday.
The shock of seeing this A-lister show up in a movie like this is enough to make anybody laugh. But to top things off, Damon takes the stage to sing a song about his character's affair.
I can't believe he's so trusting. While I'm right behind you thrusting.
The surreal cameo really underscores how embarrassed Scotty is about the revelation. Sporting a shaved head, the Jason Bourne star gives this scene all the gravitas and reckless abandon an audience could want. It's that same kind of dedication that draws similar laughs in Thor Ragnarok.
Tell my story. Build a statue for me.
We will build a big statue for you.
With my helmet on, with the big bendy horns.
Number 29, Tom Cruise and Company, Austin Powers in Goldmember.
It's Britney Spears!
In this sequel, the filmmakers decide to have some fun with a whole slew of choice cameos. The beginning looks like a big-budget adventure and features the star power of Tom Cruise, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Danny DeVito. The amazing cast doesn't hesitate in playing their parts to the fullest.
Hey, Powers! You better watch your friggin' self, because this is one doctor who does make house calls.
To make things even better, Steven Spielberg also shows up as a parody of himself to direct the whole sequence. Movie fans will be grinning from ear to ear as they get to see so many incredible artists together. Plus, the fact that they get to say Austin Powers dialogue makes it even more entertaining.
Well, Miss Norris, shall we shag now or shag later?
Oh, Austin, behave.
Number 28, Liam Neeson, Ted 2. In this sequel, the main character receives an unlikely visitor at a grocery store. Liam Neeson plays a customer that's anxious about buying Trix cereal.
I'd like to ask a few questions about this breakfast cereal.
Yeah, box of Trix.
That's right. I've been led to understand that Trix are exclusively for children.
With all the intensity of a Taken film, Neeson interrogates Ted about the tagline of the cereal. He even explicitly asks whether there'll be trouble if he, an adult, buys the product.
So if I purchase these Trix, there'll be no trouble.
No, you should be fine.
You do understand that I myself am not a child.
I was able to sniff that out, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it seems that there does end up being trouble. Neeson returns after the credits, apparently having had quite the rough day, and returns the cereal. It's an absurd and hilarious way to utilize the prestigious talents of this acting legend.
Hey, I won't forget what you've done for me here today.
I would prefer that you do.
Number 27, Charlton Heston, Wayne's World 2. Sometimes casting can completely change a movie for the better. This moment from Wayne's World 2 perfectly illustrates that point, allowing for a last-minute swap to elevate the scene.
Gordon Street! Gordon Street! Yeah. Oh, yeah, Gordon Street.
I once knew a girl who lived on Gordon Street. But that was a long time ago.
The hero has Charlton Heston tag in to play a gas station attendant who loves to talk. The real magic comes from his performance as he recites his lines like they're from an Oscar-winning script.
I once knew a girl who lived on Gordon Street a long time ago, when I was a young man. Not a day passes I don't think of her.
With Wayne even tearing up at the end, the whole speech becomes a funny play on the typical Hollywood monologue. It's both a major highlight from an underrated sequel and a showcase of Heston's talents.
That one perfect day on Gordon Street. That's 5 blocks up, 2 over.
Number 26, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Airplane. This landmark comedy wouldn't be complete without a number of great casting choices. For one of the pilots, the filmmakers decided to cast NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Flight 209er to Denver Radio. Climbing to cruise at 42,000. We'll report again over Lincoln. Over and out.
His appearance alone gets laughs, but the script lets the all-star have a few awesome lines. The athlete fields questions about his skills before dishing out a hilarious takedown.
Listen, kid. I've been hearing that crap ever since I was at UCLA. I'm out there busting my buns every night. Tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes.
And he does it all while trying to keep his cover as co-pilot Roger Murdoch. Oh, what we wouldn't give to hear him take down the kid's father. In a movie full of unexpected cameos, this one might just be the greatest.
I'm sorry, son, but you must have me confused with someone else. My name is Roger Murdoch. I'm the co-pilot.
Number 25, David Hasselhoff, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Who are you?
I'm David Hasselhoff.
Hooray!
Confusing children and adults alike, David Hasselhoff arrives in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie to give SpongeBob and Patrick a much-needed ride across the sea. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's hilariously campy, so we'll let it slide.
Take it easy back there, fellas.
Hasselhoff really sells his ability to sail across the water like a high-speed boat. All the while, he gives the surreal sequence a humor and charisma that can't be beaten.
But we'll never be able to float down in time.
Who said anything about floating?
Initiating launch sequence.
The actor even launches the characters out of his pecs in a moment that will have viewers of all ages laughing. Number 24, Bob Barker, Happy Gilmore.
You know what's driving me crazy? You not getting the ball in the hole.
Don't push me, Bob. Now's not the time.
When the titular golfer finds himself in a celebrity tournament, he partners up with Bob Barker. The Price is Right host can only take Happy Gilmore for so long before picking a fight. Well, in all fairness, it's Gilmore who throws the first punch, and what a blow it is.
All right, let's go. Oh! You like that, old man? You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing. Oh!
It's crazy and unexpected, but the sight of these two duking it out on the golf course is nothing short of hysterical. We never imagined we'd get to see Bob Barker punching Adam Sandler so many times in quick succession, but we're glad such a scene exists.
I think you've had enough.
Number 23, John Hurt, Spaceballs. In his send-up of sci-fi films, director Mel Brooks fills a diner with assorted misfits. This includes one patron that looks a lot like Kane from Alien. In yet another space movie, John Hurt's character has a stomach-churning encounter with an extraterrestrial. This version ends in a much more hilarious way, as the creature starts to sing and dance.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Hurt leans into the moment, more than willing to poke fun at his former role. The acclaimed actor could have easily turned down this cameo, but we're glad he instead decided to die by aliens once more in this authentic parody.
Oh no, not again.
Number 22, Chris Evans, Free Guy.
Think he's gonna hit you?
He punches so hard, but yet his hands are so soft.
Be strong.
As Ryan Reynolds' character plays with all sorts of iconic items, he conjures up one famous shield in the heat of battle. This just so happens to catch the eye of the real Chris Evans. The quick cutaway does half the work, but we also couldn't have asked for a more perfect reaction from the Avenger. At a time when MCU fans were really starting to miss Captain America, this cameo served as a fantastic pick-me-up.
What the shit?
It's also emblematic of the fun energy employed throughout all of Free Guy, not to mention one of the movie's many winning pop culture jokes.
Hold on. Is that a taxi?
Yes! That's a lightsaber, dude.
Number 21, Billy Idol, The Wedding Singer. Seeing a celebrity on a plane is especially exciting if it's Billy Idol in the 1980s. The Wedding Singer puts its finale in the skies with this rock star included.
Glenn doesn't deserve her. All he cares about are possessions. Fancy cars, CD players, Even women are possessions to him.
The musician makes a terrific impression by helping Adam Sandler's Robbie woo Drew Barrymore's Julia. Idol does it all with an effortless charm, even offering the hero a chance to realize his musical dreams.
Hey, Robbie, that wasn't a bad song. You know, I'm going to tell those record company guys about you.
Mind if I give her a kiss first?
Oh yeah, do what you gotta do.
It's ultimately a heartwarming and supportive cameo that helps set up a memorable ending. If you didn't know or love the White Wedding singer before, you probably will after seeing him save the day.
How you doing, sir? Chicken or fish?
You better get out of my way, Billy. You're gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah?
Don't you talk to Billy Idol that way.
Number 20, Hugh Jackman, X-Men First Class.
Excuse me, I'm Eric Lensher.
Charles Xavier.
An X-Men movie apparently cannot be produced without an appearance from Wolverine, no matter how short it may be. Since the launch of the first movie, Hugh Jackman has made many physical appearances as Logan.
And this one. In case the other fell off.
While X-Men Apocalypse went for an extended and violent action sequence, Wolverine's best cameo lasted less than half a minute and featured no claws whatsoever. During X-Men First Class, Xavier and Magneto are looking for able mutants to join their cause, which leads them to a dingy bar in the middle of nowhere. Sadly, it was a wasted journey. Number 19, Ozzy Osbourne, Little Nicky.
What? What's that? What's with the ball?
Deus Ex Machina, Black Sabbath style. As the son of Satan, the kind and sweet Little Nicky is a bitter disappointment. Sandler's demon is on a quest to prevent his brothers from plunging the world into a never-ending darkness, although he does need a bit of help to get the job done. After smashing a mysterious orb given to him by his angelic mother, the Prince of Darkness shows up to take a bite out of Nicky's brother. Metal fans have known this for decades, but Ozzy is a gift from God.
You can do it, Ozzy! Bite his freaking head off! No!
Number 18, Danny McBride, Observe and Report.
Get your hands off him! What? You heard me? That's my son!
Considering they created comedy gold with Eastbound and Down, it's no surprise that Danny McBride appeared in Jody Hill's Observe and Report. Seth Rogen's Ronnie is an arrogant mall cop driven by a desire for justice, who apprehends a prepubescent drug peddler during his free time. Unfortunately, the child's father shows up with his goons and sticks a gun in Ronnie's face area. Luckily for the mall cop, this gang has a few screws loose. Sticking to what he's known for, McBride delivers a funny and foul-mouthed performance. Number 17, Everyone, Muppets Most Wanted.
Waiter? Yes? May I help you?
The wine, please?
From the days of Steve Martin and Richard Pryor, the Muppets have turned celebrity cameos into an art form. Their 2014 outing boasts over 20 famous faces, ensuring that every single viewer will recognize at least one of them.
We're doing a sequel.
Let's give it a go.
With Hollywood stars
and more one-liner cameo.
We're doing a sequel.
Picking the best of the bunch is practically impossible, as nearly all of them deliver the goods. Who didn't laugh when Christoph Waltz showed up to literally do the waltz, or Tom Hiddleston hamming it up as the great escapo for the Prisoner talent show? Honestly, the entire movie is one big cameo. Number 16, Christopher Lloyd, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Hello?
This film showed, if not anything else, that Seth MacFarlane knows how to write cameos. Despite being the director's worst reviewed movie to date, A Million Ways to Die in the West features a few hilarious moments, including an out-of-the-blue cameo by Doc Brown himself. MacFarlane's Albert Stark randomly discovers Christopher Lloyd in a barn as the scientist tries to kickstart the DeLorean.
What's that? Nothing. It's a weather experiment.
Oh.
Great Scott!
Considering Back to the Future Part 3 takes place in the West, this cameo actually kind of makes sense. Number 15, Johnny Depp, 21 Jump Street.
Let's just relax and we can all leave here as friends.
Yeah, let's do that.
This film wasn't just funny, it also ingeniously brought the franchise full circle.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
As Schmidt and Jenko find themselves cornered by bad guys, two other undercover cops reveal themselves. One of the cops is played by Peter DeLuise, who you might know, and the other is played by Johnny Depp, who you definitely know.
Little dweebs just ruined a 5-year investigation.
Reprising their roles from the original TV series, the partners reminisce about their Jump Street days before getting shot. Depp himself requested that his character be killed off, and the filmmakers gave him a truly uproarious send-off.
That was a gun. Somebody definitely got shot.
Number 14, Hulk Hogan, Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
We have gremlins in the projection booth. Could you help?
Gremlins 2 works in so much meta humor that it practically destroys the fourth wall.
This is worse than the first one.
We just show these movies, madam. We don't make them.
At one point, the mischievous gremlins actually take over the projection booth, stalling the film. But don't worry, folks, Hulk Hogan is in the audience. In true macho fashion, the professional wrestler threatens to get physical if the little miscreants above don't resume playing Gremlins 2.
Okay, you guys, listen up. People paid good money to see this movie. When they go out to a theater, they want cold sodas, hot popcorn, and no monsters in the projection booth.
It turns out the Gremlins actually have two weaknesses: sunlight and the Hulkster. Hilarious and surreal, this scene makes us wish every movie theater had Hulk Hogan on standby.
Sorry, folks. It won't happen again.
Number 13, Robert Patrick, Wayne's World. Terminator 2 Judgment Day took the world by storm in 1991, prompting Robert Patrick to revive the character for a brief cameo in Mike Myers' Wayne's World. Dressed up in his now iconic beat cop uniform, the T-1000 pulls over Wayne to ask whether he recently saw John Connor running around.
Yes, officers, there's something wrong?
Have you seen this boy?
Myers reacts exactly how anyone would in this situation. He screams and hightails it out of there. By the way, the T-1000 was actually meant to be portrayed by Billy Idol before he was ruled out due to an unfortunate motorcycle accident. Number 12, Michael Jackson, Men in Black 2.
How'd it go?
Zed, the door locks are gone and the treaty is signed.
Good work.
During the later years of his life, Michael Jackson was the target of numerous gags, with everyone making fun of his physical appearance and questionable behavior. If this cameo from Men in Black 2 proved anything, however, it's that Jackson could laugh at himself.
Zed, what about that position you promised me in Men in Black?
Conversing via video phone, Jackson is revealed to be an ally of Zed, and possibly an alien.
Still working on the Alien Affirmative Action Program. I'll keep you posted.
Wait a minute, that's not what you promised me.
You're breaking up.
Zed?
Can't hear you.
Hello?
I'll call you back.
Jackson wants nothing more than to be an official MIB agent, although Zed isn't too keen on the idea. Michael sadly never becomes Agent M, but he'll always be the king of pop.
Zed, hello?
Number 11, Emma Watson, This Is the End.
Emma!
Oh my god, you guys are alive!
This Is the End is yet another comedy that packs in countless cameos. Although it was pretty awesome to see the Backstreet Boys reunited, it was even more jarring seeing Hermione Granger make an appearance.
I hid in a drain pipe for days, like 3 or 4, I don't even know how many. And then I stopped hearing people, and I started hearing growling noises.
Out there.
Surviving the apocalypse, Emma Watson finds refuge at James Franco's house. But as the guys start sending the wrong kind of vibes, Watson decides that she's probably safer outside.
Give me everything you have to drink, put it in the bag!
There are 6 of us, you cannot rob us!
Before leaving, though, the Hogwarts alumnus bashes in Seth Rogen's face and steals their supplies. Whether she's wielding a wand or an axe, Watson is one celebrity we'd want on our side when all hell breaks loose.
Get the Milky Way away!
You can put the axe down now.
Okay? Now, shoot her face! Shoot her!
Number 10, Eminem and Ray Romano, Funny People.
I don't think you should have took that medicine. Why not? I don't know, personally, I think you should have just let yourself die.
Funny People centers on Adam Sandler as a struggling comedian who suddenly contracts a fatal disease and has to revalue his entire life. As with most of Judd Apatow's work, Funny People blends hilarious hijinks with many heartfelt moments, including the awesome scene featuring Eminem and Ray Romano. After the rapper gives Sandler a pep talk about the celebrity lifestyle, Eminem loses it after realizing that the Everybody Loves Raymond comedian is staring at him. Apparently, everybody does not include Eminem.
Ray Romano's bothering you? Who? Ray who? Ray Romano, the guy from Everybody Loves Raymond? Look what show he's on. I'll this motherfucker up, man. Hey, Ray!
Hello, Marshall.
Problem here, buddy?
Thought everybody loved you.
Number 9. Mike Tyson, The Hangover. When a wild night becomes a day of retracing drunken steps, one nagging mystery in particular remains a head-scratcher. Where'd the tiger come from? Reality is stranger than any theory you can dream up, because the boys stole it from a sleeping Mike Tyson. Gotta say though, Mike seems pretty friendly, especially when he wants to sing with the gang. But turns out it's all part of his interrogation technique. Number 8. Martin Sheen, Hot Shots Part 2.
We get up at 5.
At first I thought they'd handed me the wrong dossier. I couldn't believe they wanted this man dead. 3rd generation West Point, top of his class, Korea, airborne, about 1,000 decorations.
The Hot Shots sequel parodies many serious war movies, so obviously they had to include a reference to Francis Ford Coppola's 1979 epic. A badass retired Navy soldier who found inner peace after discovering Buddhism, Charlie Sheen's Topper Harley is pulled back in for one final mission. While Ramboing his way through Iraq, he comes across Martin Sheen's character from Apocalypse Now, who might have taken a wrong turn on his way to Vietnam. As the father and son cross paths, they share a few words of encouragement.
I loved you in Wall Street!
Number 7. Neil Patrick Harris, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. This legendary cameo comes from an actor who first got famous for his role as TV's Kid Dr. Doogie. In a slightly less than wholesome role, however, NPH turns up during the titular duo's journey to this burger haven.
Neil, you don't understand. We've been craving these burgers all night.
Yeah, I've been craving burgers too. Fur burgers. Come on, dudes, let's pick up some trim at a strip club. The Doogie line always works on strippers. Lap dance.
The complete opposite of what anyone expected, this washed-up and creepy celeb turned hitchhiker punctuates the title stoner's quest for burgers in ways they couldn't possibly imagine.
What happened to my car? I made some love stains in the back seat.
Number 6. Eminem, The Interview.
I feel like when I rap, people twist my words.
Marshall Mathers, also known as Eminem, has made multiple epic cameos in Seth Rogen comedies. We've seen that he's not a very big fan of Ray Romano. Then, in The Interview, Eminem gave us a revelation no one was expecting with the most deadpan, casual delivery he could muster.
When I say things about gay people, or people think that my lyrics are homophobic, it's because I'm gay.
In fact, the best part of the whole scene is probably the rapper's commitment to keeping a straight face.
Em, let's just back it up a moment. You just said that you were gay? And I'm just curious what you meant by that, exactly.
I mean, I'm gay.
He does it so well, especially when some horrendous lyrics are read out to him. Just as funny is everyone's shocked reactions as they try to fathom Eminem's quick coming out.
Eminem just said he was gay 4 times.
Number 5. Michael Cera, This Is the End.
I'm sorry. I sorry.
Who wants to sip? Sip time.
This Is the End asks how celebrities would react to an end-of-days scenario. While the main actors mostly play it straight, Cera is allowed to run wild for his brief cameo. The Arrested Development actor drops his typically goody two-shoes persona as he indulges in some party favors, engages in a threesome, and harasses Rihanna. Also, This Is the End shows Channing Tatum in a gimp suit. You have to see it to believe it. Number 4. David Bowie, Zoolander.
All right, who's gonna call this sucker?
If nobody has any objections, I believe I might be of service.
Zoolander has celebrity cameos left and right, with the most memorable of the bunch being the late great David Bowie. Making a triumphant entrance complete with a title card, Bowie declares himself the judge of Derek and Hansel's walk-off.
Now this will be a straight walk-off. Old school rules. First model walks, second model duplicates, then elaborates. Okay, boys, let's go to work.
As Bowie keeps score on his hand, Hansel takes the lead by miraculously removing his underwear while somehow keeping his pants on. Even Jareth the Goblin King couldn't perform such dark magic. Derek tries to top his rival, but he isn't quite as successful. Thus, Bowie disqualifies him like a boss.
Disqualified.
Number 3. Bill Murray, Zombieland.
Bill Murray, you're a zombie?
In a flick about the end of mankind, the last person anyone expects to see is zombified Bill Murray. But fear not, he's just playing dress-up to keep up with the Joneses. Once Murray drops the ruse, Woody Harrelson gives the appropriate, and some would say mandatory, fan-level freakout. Too bad Bill takes his pranks too far, trying to get a laugh from a scared kid with a shotgun.
No, it's okay.
Number 2, Luke Wilson, Tim Robbins, and Ben Stiller, Anchorman.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
In a completely random and hilarious opportunity for cameos, the Channel 4 news team is caught off guard by all of their rivals while taking a shortcut through town. No, we don't just mean Vince Vaughn and his aggressive evening news team. We're talking about Luke Wilson's Channel 2 team, Tim Robbins' public news team, and Ben Stiller's Spanish language news team, and their epic, and frankly bizarre, cameo-laden brawl. Of course, the stakes were raised in the Anchorman sequel when Sacha Baron Cohen, Tina Fey, Jim Carrey, John C. Reilly, and a bunch of others showed up to duke it out for journalistic dominance.
Jeff Bullington, ESPN All Sports. Tonight's play of the day is me, extracting your spine from your dead body.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Stan Lee, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This influential legend captured the imaginations of comic book readers everywhere for decades, and he had a habit of popping up on the big screen as well.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference.
His cameos were in fact so numerous that he has his own WatchMojo list devoted to the topic.
I had a girl probably the same as yours. She always complained that I spent too much time with my own comics.
He's shown up as a tuned-out librarian, a romance expert, and as replacements for Hugh Hefner and Larry King, to name a few. Unsurprisingly, most of his screen time was in MCU movies, but blink and you might miss some of them. After all these cameo appearances, you'd think Stan wouldn't have had any trouble getting on the guest list.
Invitation, sir.
I should be on that list.
Name?
Stan Lee.
Yeah, nice try, buddy.
No, really, I'm Stan Lee.
Did we forget another iconic cameo? Let us know in the comments.
Can I help you?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.